Hi, good day. Here we are up at the Moose Jaw Salvation Army Citadel Corps.
Yes,
the Corps.
That's a core. Yeah.
With the new major in town. And boy, when I say new major in town, when we talk to him, you're going to be finding out some very interesting things. Major Halvorsen, Halvorsen.
Halvorsen, yes.
Yeah, good. Welcome to Moose Jaw.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
And you, we were talking before we came on about some of your history, and you're an Albertan.
I am.
Born and bred. That's
Yes.
okay. We got you into the province to give you the passport. And
That's
everything.
okay. And my wife's a Newfoundlander, so.
Oh, my word.
We're doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, of course, you've come to Moose Jaw. When did you arrive?
We arrived on July 30th.
Okay.
So just 3 months.
Yeah, yeah. And already you've got yourself into the swing of things.
Yes.
And of course, one of the first big events in the community for us as citizens working with the Salvation Army is the toy run. And you are a biker yourself.
And I am. I enjoy my 82 wing.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah, and you led the procession. Over 300 bikes.
It was a lot of bikes. It was amazing, and we're just so thankful.
Yeah, and the pile of toys that they put out front.
It's a mountain.
Yeah. And of course, those go to families at Christmas time.
At Christmas time, yes. A lot of children, so.
Yeah, but let's just talk for a moment or two about you. Now, we're saying, well, where have you been since you've been with the Army? And then you say, well, I was in Guatemala and
Costa Rica, Cuba. We've served coast to coast in Canada, Vancouver to St. John's, Newfoundland. Three places in Ontario, and before here was Thunder Bay. And now we're here.
How did you get to be chosen to come here, or did you apply for that, or is there...
No, the phone call comes in the month of April telling us you're being appointed to.
Okay.
Yeah, so they try to hold us 5 years as a senior officer.
Yeah.
And then we never know. Our shortest has been a year and a half in one place.
Okay. Yeah.
So we get around to see a beautiful country of Canada.
I know it's a wonderful way to explore, but it's a very good way to do service in your country.
Very much so, and we're here.
Yeah.
And personal experience of Moose Jaw so far, it's a very friendly, nice city. So we're happy to be here.
We kind of use that friendly city thing to.
Yeah, but practically I speak, yes, it's very friendly.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Okay, well, let's talk about the things that have happened here, but also the ramp up at Christmas time, because the Salvation Army comes to a very high profile.
Yes.
In these months of November and December, because they do a lot of community service. Other churches do too.
As well, and many will support us to help the community too.
Yeah.
So nice.
Right now we're in the hamper season, and
we are
not collecting them as yet, but getting people who want to apply to be interviewed.
That is correct. All of this week and next week, we're taking applications down at our thrift store at the complex there on 1st Avenue Northeast and High Street. And we're taking applications from 9 to 12 and from 1 to 3 o'clock. And it's actually my wife, Major Halvorsen, who's doing all the applications. So if you're feeling that you need a hamper this year, come on by and she'll take your application.
Yeah, and that's so the 18th to 22nd?
That is correct.
Is the
next week,
yeah. So after 20 seconds, then you sit down and you make the decisions about how you can help people in the community.
That is correct. We start to order our supplies and make sure we've got everything for that hamper packing day, and the delivery date 23rd. I forgot it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So folks will come pick up their hampers on the 23rd, and they'll be told, is it the morning or the evening? The hampers are handed out at our sorting center on High Street, and the vouchers are handed out at the complex on 1st Avenue and High Street.
So there's lots of things going with that time, and getting the food, getting the donations. You've got some wonderful people and groups in the community who are sponsoring too. I know that some of the high schools adopt people?
Yes, some of the businesses do, other organizations do, and individual families. They'll sponsor, and it adds that extra special personal touch.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, and so also on the 29th, ting-a-ling-ling-ling, the sound of the bells.
The sound of the bells will be back out. Yes, we'll be starting on Friday, November 29th, and going right through for the Christmas period. And those funds is what helps us to help the people. They all stay local, 100% of those, and they're there to fund the hampers and just assist the community, those who are in need.
And then, so the kettles are out, and you have a lot of service clubs and organizations who do that, but
Yes.
a lot of individuals may find some free time.
That's
and that's
right.
always one thing that, excuse me, I've noticed that the members, sometimes there's a shortage of people who can man the kettles. So
Yes, please. We are looking for volunteers. I'm still trying to learn the phone numbers, but call 306-692-5899 and tell them you want to volunteer for a kettle. Get an inter-office competition going. Who can do more kettle hours, or at times we get the different businesses or the different social groups or clubs. They'll say, oh, we can do this many, and others say, we can do this many. And it's great because it's there to help the community.
Yeah, and you also have a kickoff coming up in the next couple of weeks with a final push. Now, the toy run, of course, in Moose Jaw did a great start.
It does.
To get things underway, but also more people around Christmas time can go to December 2nd, I think, is the date up in.
December 2nd, we're starting the official toy drive, although it does start in September with the bikes, but in the Christmas season, yes, we're going to be out at the McDonald's on Main Street, and we're so thankful to the McDonald's for allowing us to be there. We'll be there in the morning for
At
the
6
kickoff.
o'clock in the morning, you're there. I'm going like, holy.
Honestly, the time I don't know, but yes, we'll be there on the 2nd in the morning. So come on out, bring your toys and donate them. Give us a good start.
Yeah, and you always have representatives from the community who drop by to talk to the morning guy from CHEB, Rob Carney, and he. And people come in and they give donations, and they have it's a really good way to kick things off.
It is, and we have a few locations throughout town, and I've lost them there at Fabutan, the PV Mart, the Salvation Army Thrift Store, and the Salvation Army Sorting Center, but of course we are at McDonald's. Yeah. And thank you to them again, to all the businesses that help us throughout Christmas. But there's one other special one as well, and that's the Sears Wish Tree.
Okay, now
can't forget about them.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Well, on the tree in the Sears, we'll have a tag with a child's name and their age on it, and people can take a tag from the tree and go buy a special gift for that child, boy or girl. And don't forget, we've got teenagers who are in families that need help too, and many times they're forgotten.
Yeah, and that's too bad because teenagers they have a difficult time enough with all the hormones raging. But also it helps them get a little bit of confidence, and that's a time in life when teenagers and young people are kind of questioning where they fit in the world.
They fit in, and they each have a very special location to fit in, but we can care for them as well. And at that Sears Wish Tree, take that tag, buy a special gift, and then bring it back to the tree.
You bring it back to the tree?
To the tree there,
So you don't bring it to the church or anything like that?
No, you can take it to one of the other locations, but the tree is there as well. So buy in Sears or the mall, and you can drop it right off there.
Well, that's a really good, that's a nice idea. And of course, this isn't the only thing that the Salvation Army does. Year-round, they have projects going on. Right now, as we speak, there, of course, you're supporting a local family whose home was destroyed by fire.
Earlier this week, yes. They lost their fire, so working with the Red Cross and the community, we're helping them to move on. It's very difficult, but where we can, we're there to help. We were out the night of the fire as well.
Yeah, and I'm sure that they appreciated that too, because they see some people there, and it's just kind of, when all is lost, literally, and there's someone else to say, we got you.
We got you. We can do what we can to help you out, and the community here is great for that.
And also, and one other thing in the disaster area, and that's the Philippines and people, the church and all the organizations of Moose have come together.
That's correct. And the Salvation Army is accepting donations as well to send to the Philippines. There's other organizations, and we're just so thankful that even our federal government is also helping out.
Yeah, and the provincial government as well is putting some matching grants. So,
Great.
so, you know, all those kind of things. Christmas is the time of giving.
It is.
And it's a wonderful way that the Salvation is always involved. The Salvation Army is involved at personal level and at the community level. So I want to thank you for.
Well, thank you.
And welcome to Moose Jaw.
Thank you. We're looking forward to it, and our first Christmas here.
And the bikes away.
Yes.
Although we could be riding.
I know, but not with the ice we had this
No,
morning.
not this morning, no.
No, but thank you very much.
No,
Glad to be here.
That's great. Okay.
Merry Christmas.
That's the first one I've heard this year.
There you go.
Okay. So we're going to be saying thank you to the Salvation Army and this location. And when we come back, we're going to be going to a brand new office set up in Moose Jaw and talk about a season of fun and entertainment coming up. So don't go away. We'll be right back.